Hello again to all of my cookie friends and stencil creators. This tutorial is going to show you how to quickly and easily turn these 3 adorable, colorful Easter eggs into paint your own cookie designs for your stencils. So let's go ahead and get right to it. And get rid of all of this extra stuff. So don't mind these steps, I'm just getting rid of the extra parts here. All right, I will link in the description the download site for this SVG. So first I've just brought these into my canvas, and as you can see on the right here, this is a ton of layers, and some of the layers are actually if I take this black and white one here and duplicate it, some of them are actually perfect already for the paint your own cookie stencils. These are going to be for silk screens because I'm not planning to bridge these designs. Excuse me. So that one's already done. Let's look for the one on the right here, the teal and yellow. So I'm just going to cruise through the layers panel and find the one on the right that has the circles in it. That's this one, and click on that and hit on the top right hand side there of the layers panel, hit duplicate. So we've got those two. And when I was looking at it earlier, I noticed this one in the center, this green piece is not sliced out with the black. I'll show you what I mean. If I duplicate that one, this piece is all stuck with it. So we're going to take care of that in just a few clicks. I'm going to scroll back through the layers and look for this green piece right here that I can set on top of this. So let's see, this one is all by itself, and then you see the box showed up around that grass on the egg there, so that's the one we want. I'm going to duplicate that piece and bring it over here. Go ahead and I'm going to zoom in so that we can see nice and tight that we've got that centered well on there. I'm just eyeballing it, making sure that I have a good, nice, dark black outline around there. And that looks good. So I'm going to zoom back out. And then I'm just going to use my mouse and draw around those two objects, and you see they both highlighted over here in the layers panel on the right. And at the bottom of that layers panel, the functions that are lit up there are slice, weld, attach, and flatten. To get that black out of there, we're going to use the slice tool. And when I did that, you see we got some extra pieces popped up here. I'm going to move this green one, get rid of that, delete that, and also delete this extra black piece. We don't need that. So now that one is ready. Just going to move these off the canvas to make space. All right, so those are all ready except for sizing and putting them onto our stencil frame. Let's see here. Depending on the size of your cookie, the size you want your design to be, this will vary person to person. So I'm going to say, I'm going to make them on a 4-inch square cookie. I'm going to bring in a square and I'm going to turn that white just so it's easier to see. And then you can see, because I brought it in last, it's on top. I'm going to right click on that and move it to the back so that I can right click on that, send to the back, so that I can put this on top and use it as a visual guide. So this, in the top toolbar across here about in the middle, I'm going to change this to a 4-inch square to represent my cookie. This is only a visual guide right now to see what size I want this stencil to be. So assuming that I'm going to put some dots on the left side of my cookie, I'm just going to fill over toward the right side here, leaving myself a little bit of a border around the edge. All right, I like that. Gives me some room to put my dots on the left. Now, that's the appropriate sizing. So that's about 3.049. So I'm just going to make it a nice round. Actually, I'm going to just leave it what it is. These don't all have to be exactly the same. This one this was 3.049, so I'm going to go ahead and just make this one a height of 3.049. Oh, that was the, needs to be the width. 3.049. There we go, that's closer. Yep, they're about the same. And I'll just go ahead and do the same with this other one, 3.049. And my width for, again, this is for a 4-inch square cookie, allowing some, let's see, this one, this is why we put the square in there and we double check. The way this one is situated, it ends up being 4.156 tall, so it's too tall to fit on my cookie. So I'm going to size that down, bring that down a little bit. You could, if you wanted to turn it, you could also up at the top here, we can flip that horizontally. If you want to play with that to see how you want it to look on your cookie, that gives us a little bit more room to play with on making it bigger. And still gives plenty of room on the side for my dots. Okay, so those are all sized to what I'm going to use. Now I'm going to make this square bigger, 5.5 inches, because that's the size that I'll have my plastic cut out to that will fit in my 5-inch stencil frame when I go to decorate. So I'm going to go ahead and place this on here. Let me duplicate my square 2 more times. Or this one, you know, this is, I'm going to make, these are silk screens, and I usually do those about 6 inches, so I'm going to make those 6. Gives me a little bit more of an edge to get them tightly on there. All right. Bring this to the front. So I'm going to right click on this egg and say move, send to front. And there's another one back there. Send that one to the front. There we go. So we've got 3 squares and our 3 eggs. I'm going to just go ahead and draw a box around these 2, a line up here at the top and center. And then back over here in my layers panel, I'm going to attach. So that is now ready to cut out in my vinyl for a silk screen. And I'll do the same with these other 2. So I have 1 egg chosen, 1 square chosen, just using my mouse to draw a box around those. Undo. Top left. I didn't want to attach those yet. I need to go up here to the align tool and center them first. There we go. Now attach. And the last one, connect those 2, align, center, and attach. So these are all 3 in just a few minutes, ready to go, ready to be cut out in vinyl for silk screen paint your own cookie stencils. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. Again, I'll put the link for this SVG in the description. Thank you.